This is brought to us by Champion. It's their sport line. And so this is their CHP 180. This is the hoodie. It's 95% poly, 5% spandex. Super soft to the touch. And, you know, you've got some really nice branding, you know, with the drawstrings and then reflective component with the Champion C. So I'm really interested to see what you have in store for this.
Yeah, so we have some different elements here that we'll show you up close here at the heat press. Let's go ahead and get the item loaded first. And so to do that, front of the hoodie placement seems obvious here. So I'm just going to rotate my platen 90 degrees. Then I'm able to split that hoodie, and I'm trying to get rid of this pocket so it doesn't cause me a pressure issue, and just load it on. So I'm going to step in front of the press to make sure I have everything pulled down to the shoulder seams. Make sure I'm going to retract the front of that collar off, get to this nice front printing area with the pocket centered underneath, and you see all of the bulk, the drawstrings, the pocket, the hood, hanging
out of
below
the way.
And out of the way. Completely clean.
It's great.
Working surface. And so using my cover sheet, again, I'm going to feel for the pressure here. I didn't change the platen, so I shouldn't have that much of an adjustment on the pressure, but there is the thickness of the hoodie that is quite a bit thicker than the bag that we were just working with. And that does impact the pressure, actually. So we did our little preheat there. Now we will take our design, and we have all sorts of customization zones. In this particular case, we just did the name and the signature all combined in a nice full front design. So let's...
It's a great first name.
Yeah, great, right? And so let's fold this back to back, right? And I'm just finding my centering line because it's an italic font, which is making it a little difficult for me to make sure it's straight. So I'm just going to pinch it.
Yeah, nice.
Right? And now I have this centering mark. I know that's the center of my design.
And that doesn't affect the transfer.
No, not at all.
That's great.
Yep. So
helpful tip right there.
Position it down. Make sure I'm even. Good. Cover it. And heat apply. 290 degrees, 15 seconds, 12 to 15 seconds. Hot peel. Just repeat the process every time. And you'll notice this is a 2-color design, all in a single layer. So
that's great.
It's a great product to feed through. And what's really cool is the brand, the athlete can get a consistency in the quality of the decoration because of the versatility of direct-to-film transfers. They can have confidence that this is the look, this is the feel, this is the style that's going to go across my brand. And so I can trust it in the durability of it.
That's great. I mean, we're super excited about this this category because, I mean, we have more styles and more color offerings out there than anybody in the market, and a lot of great brands. And so the student athlete is really gravitating to, you know, this space.
Yeah,
it's nice.
And we're not done yet, as you might imagine, right? And so I've loaded a sleeve and leg platen on because I think it's pretty cool to add different design elements here.
It looks so nice.
And we have a great sleeve. So I want to make sure everybody sees this. So I'm going in through the hood.
Okay.
So I'm just opening it up. This is a 6 by 20 inch print area. It's really small and tight underneath here, which means I'm able to load a sleeve. On some of our presses, you have a wider footprint, like the clamshell, and you're not able to load the sleeve completely because it just won't fit.
Wow.
And so you need to think about those details in your machine if you're investing in new equipment. And so this is a wonderful branding opportunity where I can just slide it, pull that top seam right up to the edge, and I have that full print area, right?
It's all about the equipment.
It is. It is. It's capability. So, of course, when you're looking for a heat press, it needs to measure time, temperature, and pressure accurately. But also, I'd like to ask the obvious question that sometimes people don't think about is, what can I make with it, right? If you want to expand your product assortment, you want to expand the opportunities that you have, you need to have a versatile heat press that can hit a lot of print zones, a lot of different logo areas, a lot of different product.
That's exciting. And this is such a quick process.
It is.
I mean, the dwell time is short.
Yeah, dwell time short. Most of the work really is in the setup and the loading. And so if you're running a production factory, make sure you're staging those products before they get to your heat press department. That will help you pick up your efficiency.
I'm in on this one.
Go ahead, peel it.
This hot peel is too exciting. Just, there it is.
Yeah.
I love it.
Nice and easy, right? And you think we would be done, but we want to set this off with all the branding details, right? And so for that, I'm probably going to change my platen here. Let me
What are you thinking?
Well, let me try the one we have on there. Let's give it a go.
Okay. Oh, you're
I
going
love-
drawstring.
Yeah,
I
so
like it.
I love the champion
Stepping it up.
logo
Yeah.
on these drawstrings. And so, but there's a side that's open here. And
Oof.
so now it's looking like the athlete's co-branded with one of the coolest brands in Champion. And I don't know of a better way to make it look like it's integrated in the manufacturing of the apparel.
That's great.
So I'm going to lay these across here. I'd love to do 2 at once so I can save some time. See, I'm just kind of stuffing the hoodie and kind of positioning
Yeah, because
it.
having all that open, you can start adjusting.
Right, and
It's very
then
cool.
we kind of put this here. And you see how the laces keep wanting to retract? I certainly don't want to press this area of the drawstring because that's going to melt. And so there's a
Thermo
idea
tape.
here, right? We got the thermo tape. And so I'm just going to take a piece of this. Let's see if we can just tape them in the same spot. So I'll tape this one down. Tape this one off the edge. Just like that.
Wow.
All
So
right.
now they're out of all the
I have no risk. I know they're
No risk.
even. I know
Yeah.
they're out of the way. I could probably do 2 hoodies at once if I wanted to get really crazy. Then I can take this design, position it. The static on my fingers. All right, so I'm going to use another piece of tape for this too. I don't want it to move. So let's just take a piece of tape here.
So
There's-
here you have his number, his signature, and then his full name
Absolutely.
that he's really branding.
Yeah, and so it's just
That is
like
awesome.
kind of that repeating detail, just making sure it gets good contact. And you may be thinking, hey, there's a lot of time and expense here in the tape, but it's like the cost of the transfer.
Sure.
This stuff is 6 cents a square inch, and it's a no minimum order. And so literally something like this, it's, I don't know, probably like 1/4 inch by 3 inches, something like that.
But when I look at this, I mean, look what we're building. We're building a piece that Notorious can now take out and wear and start to market himself.
Yeah.
And there's every detail. I mean, we've got the front hit, we've got side, the sleeve with his slogan of "Push Your Limits," and now I'm very anxious to see this.
Right, and
'cause this is
it kind of
too
ties it
cool.
all off, right? And so it's the little
Absolutely.
branding details. Here we had the little signature
Yeah.
in the bottom, right? Here we're going to have the little drawstring. So it's taking every little detail into account so we can get a great finished product. So when this is done, what we're going to do is, I want to try something. Maybe we can reuse this tape for the next shirt. So I would just probably peel the tape back.
Okay, you need help? No, you're good.
Well, I've taped over top of the top here, so I'm going to have to pull this one first. That's all. Oh, wow. Peels beautifully right there.
So,
All right, and so I got to remove these pieces first and hot peel it. No problem. Get all that detail, and then I will conserve this piece of tape, right, that went across my platen. And I'll just kind of leave it hang out here. And now I'm laying the next job out and stretching it again, right? And so I don't have to
Perfect.
use a new piece of tape every time.
wow.
This is pretty sweet, I would
That
say.
is very sweet. No, I mean, this is definitely, I mean, you look at this Champion Sport line, it's got 11 styles, and then, I mean, I can just imagine him walking in and seeing this little detail, like it's got his signature on it. And then you got Push Your Limit. And like I said, there's 11 other styles. And we hit this. This is their Sports City woven short from Champion, same reflective detail. So, now he's starting to build the foundation of his apparel line.
Yeah, and so you don't need to overdo it. Like we hit a lot of hits on this, which is great, right?
Yeah.
And you see that a lot of placement opportunities on a hoodie. We could have done the hood, the pocket, so many
Sure.
opportunities, but we just added the nice little placement here on the bottom right of the short opposite the Champion logo. We certainly could have done the drawstring on the short just the same.
Sure.
Build a collection,
Absolutely.
build a brand for these athletes is what we're trying to say here with the premium products.